Can I say welcome back to Houston Life? Okay,
Yeah,
good. Welcome back. I'm just so excited. Our next guest is someone who burst onto the national stage in 2018, appearing on America's Got Talent and making it to the semifinals.
We all pretty much fell in love with her instantly. Since then, she has appeared in countless stage productions here in Houston and touring nationally as well. No big deal. She's also been a regular guest on Houston Life and has even filled in as co-host. Joining us now with more on her upcoming workshop and her brand of motivational entertainment, Christina Wells.
Yay! The crowd goes wild. Oh my God, Christina Wells is here.
We're not just seeing her now for the first time. We've been chatting with her before the show, during the show. We've been hanging out. It's so nice to see you.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited and grateful to you guys have me back. I love coming to Houston Live. It makes me so happy. And you know what? When I was in the hall going to the potty, I saw a sign for Gimme the Mic. Do you remember that show in 2004? I was a contestant on that show.
No way.
So I've been a KPRC girl for a long time,
You were on Gimme the Mic. Our producer Heather is saying she even remembers that.
Yeah, I was on Gimme the Mic. I wore leather pants.
You're amazing. You're amazing. You inject such a positive dose of energy every time you come, which is so, I mean, it's lovely. But for people that don't know, I mean, we know your background.
Yeah.
But you were someone who had a later act in life.
Yes.
You were just doing regular things. You were living a very...
I say I'm a regular smegular girl who gets the opportunity to do some extraordinary things. But yes, I've been a registered nurse for 20 years and raised my boys. I was a single mama. And in 2018, I ended up being on America's Got Talent, changed my life. I was not a professional singer before that. And since then, I've been able to say that I'm a professional singer, professional actress, and now a motivational speaker as well. So yeah, I've been very grateful. I always say it's never too late. You're never too old. You're not too fat. You're not too anything to do the things that you dreamt of, even when you're a little girl.
It's so true. It's great advice. And did you always have this hustle in you? Because while you were raising two boys, while you were going to work every day as a nurse, which is a grueling job. I mean, being a parent, full-time job by itself. Being a nurse, more than a full-time job, right? Where was this drive coming from? And how were you carving out the time to sing, to rehearse, to practice, to audition?
I think whenever you really want something, you're going to find a way to make it happen. And I have had the hustle energy my whole life, always having multiple jobs, always having goals, dreams. I actually found a goal list in the back of one of my journals, and I had made goals for everyone in my family.
You
the
did?
things I will help my family accomplish this year.
Figure it out.
No, it was just, I think my brain is comes up with so many ideas. I'm like, I need to spread it around.
Wait, hold on.
Make one for us,
You were
please.
setting goals for the other members of your family.
And the best part is they've all accomplished them.
Are you serious? Hey, I mean, we're joking, but it's sort of like, hey, I love you so much. I've written these goals here. If you could just accomplish these, please.
See you how I see you.
I just supported them when they were doing the things surrounding that goal because I felt like it would help improve their lives. Because the thing I've realized about myself is I am a cheerleader. I'm a cheerleader individually when I had 6 patients on the floor, when I was in the nursing home and I had 20 patients on the floor, when I'm your friend, I'm your sister. I'm a cheerleader. It's just who I am. My sister used to say I was Pollyanna because I always have an energy of hope, of it's possible, of positivity. And so now that I have had the opportunity to have a national stage and on America's Got Talent, an international stage, I promised myself if I ever got the chance and people listened to what I had to say, that I was going to remind them of their value, remind them of their worth, remind them of the reason that they're here. We all have something to share with each other. I think of people as walking novels. When you read a book and you're like, wow, that really inspired me too, blank. That's people. People have stories to share with each other and we inspire each other. We're the answer. Look, I love that dress. I made that dress I have on right there.
That is beautiful.
Thank you. But
Woman
yes.
of many talents. And speaking to others, by the way, this is exactly the video we're seeing right now.
Yes, it's because when I started doing events after America's Got Talent, people would say, share your story. Can you sing a few songs and share your story? We'd like you to come out and do this leadership conference and share your story. And so I was like, what story? And so then I finally realized that I had something to share, but I still want to sing. So I call it motivational entertainment because I come out, I do what I call a little sandwich. I sing a song, I speak for about 20, 25 minutes, and then I sing another song. And so people have hired me to do this for many businesses across the United States. I'm actually flying to North Carolina tomorrow to do it for the North Carolina Hostess State Leadership Conference. I'm their keynote. And so I do it quite a bit. So I thought, why don't I do it right here in my own city?
Hello.
Yeah, let's do it for my peeps here in Houston. And so, yeah.
Watching that, I mean, how comfortable you look with the mic in your hand. You tell stories and you tell them so well. So people are going to be entertained. and they're going to be motivated if they go to this workshop. But let's talk about it, like, because you get inundated with kind of the same questions over and over. What do people most commonly ask you?
They want to know how. How did you get on America's Got Talent? How did you book a national tour? How did you get on Tuts' stage? How did you get to be at the Hobby Center? How did you have a show at Miller Outdoor Theater? And I love to answer the question. There is not a gate being kept around this body at all. And so I answer these questions almost every day. Like almost every day. Someone's either in my DMs, someone meets me and they're like, can I ask you? And so I was like, why don't we do an event where, yes, I will speak. Yes, I will share. You know, I love to tell a story and sing a song. If I'm breathing, I'm singing. But then let's have a Q&A. And that's what we're going to do at this workshop. We're going to have a Q&A where you can ask me. It's an intimate space. We're doing it at the Fourth Wall Theater in Spring Street Studios in the Heights. It's this Saturday, March 29th at 11 a.m. And so we're going to have a really 30 to 45-minute Q&A where you can ask me questions, and I'm going to answer the questions that everyone has for me right then and there.
It's very efficient, too, because I'm sure, as Tessa said, a lot of people probably have the same question. And so in that kind of format, there are going to be questions asked that people are like, oh, wow, she just answered the question I was about to.
There you go.
Okay, what do you say we take a quick commercial break? Christina Wells, don't
move.
worry, she's not going anywhere. We're going to be back with Christina, have much more right after this.
Yay.
So fun.
Welcome back to Houston Life. We have been chatting with performer, singer, mom of two, nurse, now motivational entertainer Christina Wells, also seamstress. We haven't even talked about this yet. Do our viewers know that you sew and create most of your clothing?
I don't know. Do you guys know? I think so.
Including the dress you're wearing now?
No, today I didn't make this dress. I bought this dress today, but most of the dresses I have worn on the show I have made because I made them special to come onto the show. I know.
Love.
She gets real serious when it comes to sewing.
In all your
stuff.
spare time, Christina.
Just casually.
You just bust out the sewing machine. No big deal. Hey, by the way, so one of your current projects, you're doing a musical in April.
I am.
Sister Act, the
I
musical.
am. And I'm going to be Dolores Van Cartier, which, if you don't know, that's Whoopi Goldberg. But yes, I'm super excited. It opens April 25th at Art Park Players in Deer Park, Texas. And it's the place that I very first did my first ever like real musical. I was Motormouth Maybelle in 2015 at this community theater. And I sang I Know Where I've Been in that show. And then a year and a half later, I was on America's Got Talent. And they were like, what do you think you should sing? And I was like, I should sing I Know Where I've Been.
So it just feels like your life, it just goes and it snowballs and one thing leads to this thing. We talked about how you created goals for your whole family. I found that hysterical, but goals of yourself too. What are your goals right now?
My biggest goal right now is to really take ownership of me as a speaker and realize that I do have a message to share. I had a friend text me and say that she said I had a very beautiful voice. She said, but the truth is the message, Christina, it's you. You're the message. Your voice is just one of the ways that you share the message. Anywhere you go, the message is being shared. And that made me very emotional, but it helped me to realize that I do have a message to share, and I want to get on stages and I want to talk about it. I know I love to sing, and I will always do musicals and I will always sing, but I really am ready to say I'm a motivational speaker. I can inspire and I can empower people in order to live the life they really want to live, and I don't mean mojo, hocus pocus. I'm talking literal steps that I have personally taken to help me overcome all the naysayers, all the doubters. Let's go to YouTube and scroll some comments for a minute. Saying no to all those people and really saying yes to myself. I tell people all the time, Simon Cowell said yes to me, and that everyone is like, can't believe Simon Cowell. He said you could sing. He said it didn't matter what weight you were. I said, well, Simon would have never had that opportunity if I didn't say yes to myself. If I didn't say that I was worthy to stand in front of him, if I didn't say that I was worthy to practice these songs and come on this show and do this performance, that's when he had the opportunity to say yes to me. And so if you are looking to build your confidence, and I don't care what you want to do, if you want to own a business, you want to be a landscaper, you just want to leave an unhealthy marriage, you want to find someone that you love, it doesn't matter what you want to do. The place that we start every journey is here. It's right here. How are you talking to yourself? How do you describe yourself? If someone compliments you, do you bat it away? Do you say, no, don't say not my dress is nice, it's not, I bought it, I didn't make it. Or do you say, thank you? I appreciate that. I feel like I look good today. Like, are we allowing those positive things into our life? And then what are we saying to ourselves? What's the internal dialogue? So the phrase, say yes to yourself, it may sound like, kind of benign. Like, we all hear these different cliche phrases, but I really have a step-by-step system that I've used. I don't know if people know I've been writing a book. I'm working on a book. It's called Confidence. And in the book, we've created a system, and it's called EASE, E-A-S-E, because we ain't jumping hurdles. We easing into this confidence. And that's what this workshop is about. So for people who are looking to build their confidence, this Saturday, March 29th, 11 a.m., Spring Street Studios, there's a link on my website. I would love to have people, this is not just for women, this is for anyone who wants to build their confidence and who looks at me and says, how is she so confident? How is she so positive? How is she able to keep on doing all these things? Well, I want to answer your questions and I want to tell you how.
And easing into it, I think, is key, because for someone who has let that self-doubt sort of take over their life, taking that first step might be the most difficult.
It is the most difficult, because if you think about it, let's say you want to start a business and there's the 10 steps. You Google how to have an LLC, yeah? You get through step 1, step 2. By the time you get to step 3, you're like, is anyone going to buy from my business? You get to step 4, and now you're taking longer to do the steps, because we don't need to know how to do things. We need to know how to be confident enough to accomplish it. It isn't the steps that's the problem. If you want to perform on a big stage, you got to do auditions, you got to practice, right? But do you feel confident enough to say, yes, I'm worthy. I'm worth this opportunity.
And getting that little bully out of your head and saying yes to yourself.
Yes, exactly. Because we internalize our bullies and we let them live free in our head. I remember things that were said to me in junior high. Nobody said any of that to me since. I ain't seen that person, but he sure live in my head, calling me this name and that name. And I'm doing that to myself. And that's why I say, with the ease method, the first thing we say is eavesdrop. Eavesdrop on what you're saying to yourself in your head. Eavesdrop on that conversation you're having. Next time someone says something nice to you and you go, no, just take note of it. Be like, oh, wow, I guess I do that every day.
Christina Wells, we got to leave it there.
wealth
By
of
the way,
knowledge.
we have shared a link to learn more about Christina's Say Yes to Yourself workshop. Visit our website, HoustonLife.tv. Look for that scene on Houston Life section.
We'll be right back.